Hello, all you positive heads out there. It's so good to be back with all you beautiful reflections of the one source consciousness that creates and animates all things. If you're new to this podcast, of course, we are super happy to have you here, and we just ask that you bring an open mind and heart to your listening experience and to be prepared to explore vantage points that I'm convinced will help shift or solidify your current understanding of the ultimate nature of reality in a way that is extremely empowering. Speaking of exploring powerful perspectives, I'm super excited to announce the release of my very first book, The Golden Key: Modern Alchemy to Unlock Infinite Abundance. If you're ready to alchemize the circumstances in your life so that your abundance expands to an entirely new level in 2021, head over to goldenkey.gift to download the audio or ebook as my gift to you by using the code POSITIVEHEAD.
All right, all you positive heads, welcome one and all. I am super excited that you have joined me here today on yet another beautifully magical day. Today, I thought I would tap into the good old Return of the Bird Tribes by Ken Carey. I love to revisit this book. It's one of my favorite books of all time, and it's always so poignantly, divinely timed every time I pick it up. We've been talking about this week time, or I talked about time on Tuesday, and I picked up this book and I thought that this chapter 17, The Medicine Wheel of Eternal Being, would be wonderful to share today. But before I get into that, I wanted to remind you all this is the last opportunity to sign up for my workshop that I have coming up this weekend. It is on Saturday, January 15th, starting at 10 a.m. Pacific. It's a 2-hour online workshop that is designed to help you understand what it is like to listen and trust your intuition, and also be your own best guide and healer, to really ignite the power within you that is already there. And you can sign up on my website at drerica.love/spiritual empowerment. And I so look forward to seeing you there. All right, let's get into this chapter, Medicine Wheel of Eternal Being. Return of the Bird Tribes by Ken Carey. When you examine the nature of that pure essence of beauty behind the perfection of both masculine and feminine, you find God. Because at the source, at the core, at the heart of all that is feminine is God. And at the heart, at the core, at the source of all that is masculine is God. The same God, the one, the Great Spirit. Such is the nature of God. God is indescribably beautiful, indescribably wonderful, indescribably precious, powerful, gentle, real. God is those qualities to such perfect extent that God's only challenge is to pursue description of such indescribable perfection. So the Great Spirit picks a place in the infinite ocean of space, draws a line, and calls it time. Then, making the first distinction, God says, "This line separates everything that happened before I drew this line from everything that happened after I drew this line." And God takes all the qualities and potentialities of eternal being and places their centers on either one side of the line or the other. These qualities continue to pulsate on both sides of the great distinction. Their radiations permeate all that is. Nowhere is without them. But the centers which they radiate are assigned places on either side of the great line. On one side of the line, God designed structures to identify specific locations in the sea of infinite being, atoms, each an intention, a consciously created system for cultivating and regulating its particular field of space. On this side of the line that God calls time, bleeds through all that is feminine, material, actualized structure. Here lies all that is created, everything that exists, the stars and the planets. This is the tonal, the body of the great Mother Universe, home of every star and every world. The other side of the line is the Nagual. Here remains all that will be created. Here are the patterns of the new creation and the energy that will draw the new creation out of the infinite reservoir of eternal potential, from the designing intelligence of the One who is ever becoming revealed. Yet the line that God has drawn to divine the sea of space is not a rigid, linear boundary. It is a living reality, spiraling like a thread in and out of the created realms. Around and round the circumference of every nameable thing, it coils and spins, weaving a fine luminous cloth, the filmiest of screens, an invisible membrane. At each point where it touches the dimensional universe, incredible creation occurs. Stars are created, galaxies congeal, white holes appear, black holes, quasars, arching starbows. In a multitude of awesome ways, energy pulses through the masculine side of the Great Spirit divide into the body of the Mother Universe. In this way, the purpose and the passion of the Creator are served. The entire universe becomes a joyous journey through love, an adventure, a challenge to describe the infinite wealth of invisible beauty, to give it texture, tone, and light, to make it visible. Creatures of beauty come into form, not just isolated creatures of beauty, but creatures of beauty each living in a larger landscape of beauty, not just landscapes alone. Landscapes resting within picture planets framed in spiraling systems of stars that are themselves set like having diamonds in a galaxy, floating among 100 billion more, giving each creature a background, each picture a frame, and all living art a context that accentuates what is most beautiful. Division into stellar and planetary polarities is the physical mechanism of this awesome creation, the manner in which the infinite potential of God in all its splendor is revealed. Stellar and planetary polarities are not opposites. They are complementary ends of a single vibrational continuum, ends of a unified spectrum that begin, back to back, at a common point on the great medicine wheel, and then move apart to each complete nearly, but not quite, the full 180 degrees to their respective halves of the whole. Just short of meeting, they stop to face each other, 359 degrees of the wheel complete. They pause, then, allowing the charge them to build and grow, until there comes the spark of lightning that completes the full 360-degree circle of the medicine wheel, in the illumination that here clothes you in biological form. There is design in both matter and energy, just as there is design encoded in the genetic structure of ovum and sperm. The design that enters the Earth's atmosphere on the rays of light from the nearest star calls to the potential of this material world. The stellar stream touches her deepest ocean dreams and sings lovingly to the longing in her soil. The information contained in the elemental forces of the earth mingles with the spirit information of the solar wind, as feminine and masculine polarities of the Eternal One play together and interact in the biosphere of Iten Oha. Sunlight impregnates the earth. Solar sperm and ocean ovum mingle. The sun teaches the earth his song, and the earth teaches the sun hers. The sun tries to sing her song and laughs, and the earth tries to sing a song, and creates blue sky, white clouds, and a world of scurrying creatures below. Our spirit information blends with the material information of soil, water, wind, and sky. The gestation of the terrestrial child is catalyzed. Creatures rise up on the swirling winds of our vibrating love. Feeling our song, they live, breathe, and dance out the patterns of our interaction. Spinning in starlight, the earth learns a new image of herself. She releases her rock formations to flow into waving forests, leaping deer, grazing buffalo, sleeping lizards in the sun. Particles of her matter are given wing and flutter and sing on the winds of solar spirit. The earth releases who she is to become the life dancing upon her surface, flowing, ever flowing into the bosom patterns of her potential. From the realms of higher vibration, where forms are subtle and have no material density, The angels of the bird tribes descend. We seek to discover how we might most effectively and creatively clothe ourselves, and thereby the Creator's intentions in the matter of this world. We watch our leaping flames of fire lifting the rocks of her surface, rising beneath the density of her structure, growing as the seasons pass and our love deepens into forests, waving in the wind, teeming children, animations of starfire, clothed in the beautiful, feminine, crystalline latticework of the material plane. Dialogue between masculine and feminine aspects of the Great Spirit has been going on in this universe for 20 billion years. The creation that has appeared as a result of this dialogue has appeared on each vibrational frequency of manifestation in turn, with degrees of specificity and precision on each frequency directly related to the quality and clarity of the exchange among the embodied representatives of male God and female God who there come into being. Once they come into form, embodied representatives of God become the primary means of all future creation on the frequencies where they appear. They are the specified, intelligent, and co-creative paintbrushes of the universal artist, living, participating art. It was long prophesied, even before the foundations of this material world upon which you now stand, that a day would come when the loving interaction of a planet and a star would bring into being autonomous, self-replicating, intelligent creatures, biological creatures, male and female, after the Creator's image and likeness. These would become not only our participants in this continuing process of divine unfoldment, but also, henceforth, the leading cutting edge in all further physical plane creation. They would understand and embody the balance. They would comprehend the nuclear energy of stars as well as the geological formations of crystals in the heart of the mountains. They would understand organic chemistry, nuclear biology, astronomy, and all the sciences. They would be incarnate in bodies, physical forms that were beautiful to look at, graceful to behold, living works of art themselves, designed as biological control rooms, brain planning centers for exploring and developing ways and means that the potential of this universe could continue to unfold. They would become the instruments through which all future biological creation would occur. On the level of this earth, in the late 20th century of the present era, there are biological creatures of female and male human form at either side of this profound interface between the masculine and feminine aspects of God. The same division between eternal unity that has the power to bring stars into existence 10,000 times the size of your sun, the same creative charge exists between the human female and the human male. In a healthy state, the power of this creative energy is immense. Consciously channeled, it can be used to create beauty of an unprecedented order, a nature surpassing all that came before, making visible the invisible beauty of God. Never before, on the material plane, has dialogue between divine masculine and divine feminine had the potential to be as clear, as concise, and as conscious as it can be between the men and women of your human family. When male and female meet on the medicine wheel, they each carry a distinct creative charge. Though their roots weave together and spring from the same source and the same great spirit, they incarnate on earth to face one another with distinct sexual charges, profoundly attracted, with immense capacity to create through the universal power of love that can flow between them. Each woman swims in an energy current, a tradition as distinct from the traditions of men as the very first creative division of God. Though you men and women have lived together in the same lodges and felt beneath your feet the earth of the same villages, though you have shared the same interpretations and slept together in the same illusions, you are each at distinctly different points on the great medicine wheel. Yet as different as these points are, they are profoundly compatible, designed differently to stimulate maximum creativity. They are the very points where God meets God. To we who have followed this process for 20 billion years, there is nothing more incomprehensible than the concept, which is entertained in the warrior societies, that there could be conflict or opposition between feminine aspect of God and the masculine aspect of God. Do you realize how severely this concept limits you who accept it? You will not find your place in this universe or form a basis for understanding her mysteries until you shed such superstition and realize that Mother God and Father God are profoundly in love. All about this universe that is feminine worships what is masculine, and the sole purpose of all about this universe that is masculine is to serve the feminine through the celebration and animation of the beauty that lies in her heart. Feminine and masculine are balanced in all healthy manifestation, equal partners, lovers, and truest twin friends. Your ancestral programming is invalid. Primitive notions of conflict between male and female lead to not-so-primitive weapons. Let your human world reflect instead the truth of the great love in which you are every moment suspended. Awaken into a new perception and understanding of reality not as misinterpreted by the warrior tribes, but as understood by all the angelic races of God throughout eternity. Awaken into an accurate perception of the universe in which you live. You are the love of the Creator embodied in human form. Through the power of your love, you create. You are here in the service of universal art to create beauty and to enjoy all that has been created. The evocation of beauty and the description of truth, this is your purpose, the purpose of life, the very purpose of the universe. In its own way, each species decides how it can best serve this purpose, once it understands it. The buffalo looks around and notices what is going on in prairie time and prairie space and designs a life to describe truth and to animate beauty as buffaloes understand it. Whales describe time and space in their own unique forms of three-dimensional mobility, playing and swimming through seas of sound and light. The caribou embody their understanding of the universe and create caribou beauty. Seagulls embody their understanding and create seagull beauty. Angels embody their understanding of this universal purpose and become the means through which the Great Spirit creates more species to enjoy it. Throughout the galaxies, throughout the stars, all of the angelic races notice this purpose of life and decide how they can best serve. Each healthy species looks at the external world while experiencing the internal unity, whole and unbroken, and forms an idea of the wholeness of manifest life. This is its comprehension of the universe. Human beings' technical comprehension of the universe has expanded beyond the caribou or the whales. They have explored the microbes and begun to reach out to the stars. Yet, your historical rejection of eternal spirit has left you myopic, nearsighted, with no overview or larger vision to help you organize your knowledge into a coherent whole. You are the instruments through which creation is to become physically conscious, the species through whom one day the whole material universe shall become aware. You are God's organs of awareness, awakening in this turning age from the sleep of historical subconsciousness. Masculine and feminine are both rooted in the unified divinity whose spirit now awakens in you, whose identity you now remember to be your own. In spirit, you are not separate from these two aspects of God, but have brought them into being from the infinite ocean of your wholeness, to clothe yourself, to know yourself as this family in time. Creation brought into being through the loving interaction of these, your own inner polarities. And with that, I say thank you, Ken Carey, for bringing this information through. What a beautifully worded, poetic book with such depth of information and understanding. I am so happy to share this book with you all today, and I love you all so much. I'm going to leave you with a song. This is Volo with The Winds. Until next time, I love you all.
Also, before we cue up today's song, as a quick reminder, don't forget to download the Golden Key audio or ebook as my free gift to you at goldenkey.gift using the Golden Key code POSITIVEHEAD. And please, if you enjoy my gift, leave a positive review on Amazon so others can unlock their lives with the help of the Golden Key as well.